Alrighty, folks. Hello, welcome back to Malice Reacts. A little bit of a different video today. I want to start off with introducing the man on the screen here. This is CARTSARTS. This is Jay, and he's going to be reacting to a recent video from Satori and Cody. These are the two sort of physical mediums that could interact via taps with spirits. They're in the more recent Sam and Kobe mini-series based on the Arnold estate, aka the Conjuring House. And if you are happen to be a little bit out of the loop at this moment, those two have had a bit of a run-in with the internet. In particular, there are certain things that they said that don't quite match up to some of the evidence that's out there on them. In particular, the two of them seems to, how do you put it nicely, bent the truth a little. Like, didn't absolutely straight out lie about some of the stuff. And as far as I'm aware at this point, what they are able to do is still an amazing feat, but people have also been kind of waiting for a return ply to see and feel out what's going on with these two. Their ability is an exceptional, strange thing, and a lot of people are struggling between both believing them or not believing them. And again, people want to have some more evidence to go either direction with it, and it's kind of up to them to say yes or no to it, etc., etc. That being said, there's been some spicy details that may or may not have led to some information actually being leaked to these two before Sam and Cody actually even made it there, which is why people are very harshly judging them. Again, I am of the belief that until we have a pretty solid evidence that they are either lying or trying to cover up for themselves, that I still think their abilities might be real. And Jay here was pretty much in the same boat as me. Like, until there's some hard evidence or something else out there, as far as we're aware, that we believe in them. But it seems, according to the title of this video, they may have foot and mouthed even harder. But I'll save that for judgment as we actually go through this video. Again, in particular, I also want to bring Jay up here because while I have done reactions before and I had actually had in mind to get back to them eventually, I will say that it was due to me watching Jay here that I finally clicked in the back of my brain. You know, you've had paranormal incidences before in your life, in real life, outside of the VTuber model that you use here for reacting. You could react to them as well. I try and keep up with at least their new stuff. That'll at least be something to keep you busy on the off days, and it's like, oh, you know what, that's not a half bad idea. So I basically thanked him the moment that clicked in my brain, and I went about starting getting all this stuff going. I had already had this VTuber model for the gaming streams, and more recently I have been working on the merch and making these shirts, and made even special PNGs for this model. And the eyes, the glowy eyes, are also a PNG. This is a free skeleton model, just using a webcam. But we're going to watch Jay here, and because of his title, I was very interested in what's going on here. So I want to see what his opinion is, and also have a listen in on what Satori and Colby, Colby, Satori and Cody have to say for themselves and what's going on. Because it seems like it may have upset Jay here, but let's have a listen here. Let's go. Let's hit play. It's a couple minutes in, and he's basically explaining where he's at, which is more or less where I'm at right now. But I'm interested to see what's going on
watching
here.
over us. Even Abigail, who was very consistent about that,
From,
really wanted that
the Conjuring episode with Sam and Kobe.
So I would assume that maybe Abigail herself would want more people to not doubt and more people to be, thinking about it. I'm not a fan of people taking advantage of my emotions. And my feelings, my personal feelings about this matter. Like, I would never want this done to me, so why would I want this done to Sam and Colby?
Right.
Why would I want them lied to their faces about a dead relative that they cared so much about? Sam's grandma. You clearly could see on his face how much he really admired his grandma.
That moment hit for me too, because there's certain other people I won't mention by name or relationship that also came to mind as the Conjuring episodes went on. So that does kind of hit and smack hard for me too. So to see someone get that much of a reaction out of what they were able to lay down, and for it to possibly be fake, that pisses me off if it's actually fake. But again, holding that anger for later if it's justified. Let's have a look.
Grandma, I do not appreciate that as somebody who watches Sam and Colby, and actually feel like I've gotten to know the guys through watching all of their content.
I've been watching them about a year or so.
I was heartbroken for Sam. The grandma myself.
Every once in a while, Sam's just like hits my "What the heck are you doing?" nerve, but
ever decided to pull
usually
that
they're
shit
pretty
on me,
well
and I found out they
rounded
were
kids.
Fake.
I say kids.
I don't think I could ever look at them in the eyes again.
My
so
late
yeah,
30s.
no. I take it kind of seriously. I know some people might not grasp that. I take it seriously. I think it's bullshit, and I think it's hurtful, and I think it's cruel to do to people.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
watch the video.
If it's
get
lie.
an idea of what they're going to say.
Yeah, let's have a look at this and see what's going on here.
For Satori and Cody. So please don't disappoint me. Please. Or at least if you don't do the fucking method, at least give a fucking good explanation.
Why? Yeah.
Hey, this is Cody.
And I'm Satori.
And we are better known as the Paranormal Couple.
We are paranormal investigators both on and off camera. You might have seen us appear on shows like Ghost Nation, Ghost Hunters, and you might have seen us appear on some recent videos on social media and YouTube and things like that. Besides all of that, we are also able to, in a really weird way, communicate with the other side.
Satori and I found that when we first met, when we hold hands or embrace in some way, we have direct, constant contact with the spirit world. It still blows our mind till this day.
First off, we want to start this video by just saying we are absolutely amazed by the positive feedback we are getting. We knew we were going to get both positive and negative feedback, but so far the positive has completely outweighed the negative, and for that we just really want to say thank you guys for looking into.
Oh boy, I don't know if that's the case. Like, there's been a lot of positive feedback, but I mean, they haven't been on social media basically because of all the heated heated messages and all the heated comments. I mean, I've already heard rumors that they're deleting comments because of how heated it's gotten. So
that's not good.
I don't know if it outweighs the positive, and maybe they know more because I'm not looking through the comment section from their perspective. But yeah, it looks like it's pretty heated.
To us researching.
Yeah, I can see where that could be a problem. Again, there's a lot of people on both sides, and some of them, especially on the negative side, can be very aggressive. To say that I haven't gotten a bunch of unneeded blowback recently is to be an understatement. But yeah, honestly, my last episode, I was pretty good with me stopping to interact with it a little bit more than usual, and I'm hoping that I can do well on this one as well. Maybe, just maybe. But yeah, to say that things are a constant back and forth about these two is an understatement. It got so bad that some people close to them have actually gotten involved in making like quick little videos like this as well. So we'll have to see. Again, it's a very okay. All right, let's go.
Perspective. But yeah, it looks like it's pretty heated.
To us, researching us, and bringing any sort of comments, questions, or concerns to us.
We really appreciate it.
We also wanted to make this a video in just.
I feel like Cody is death staring me right now. Like I keep looking at Cody. It looks like I'm being literally stared at, like by him directly.
Staring
some of
dead into the camera.
Theories, questions that people might be having on social media right now. We have seen some things circulate throughout social media, so we want to take this time to directly address it, kind of clear some things up. But we want to start off by making sure you guys understand that we appreciate you bringing this to us as soon as you could. It's totally normal to have questions. And we'll jump right
I figured it should be.
All right.
In this video, we feel like we are able to provide more context to some of the things you might be seeing on social media and help give you a better understanding about us and what we do. We do want to start by confirming with everybody here.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It doesn't, I really wish this didn't feel scripted. That's going to be a fucking PR. You see the hate comments. People are going to be like, yeah, oh, well, that's just you're nitpicking everything. No, I really feel like it felt more genuine from the heart. You know, like it was just said on camera. Instead of it feels like they kind of took the time to write this out kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like, that's never a good, like, feeling. Logan Paul did shit like this.
To be fair, I kind of agree that it would feel a little bit better if it's a little more natural, but at the same time, I guarantee you there's so many things that they want to follow up on that they might not be able to do it unscripted. There's just so many things they need to touch on in such a short manner and very quickly. I'm not sure you can get away without at least a tiny bit of scripting at the very least. But it really does sound like they have scripted this entire thing and to like almost every nth degree here so far. So it's kind of hard to say for sure. But we'll give them a go.
It felt like
go.
most YouTube apology videos are scripted. I really wish I didn't have that feeling. Again, giving them the benefit of the doubt, I'm sure they just wanted to get this right. That's what I'm benefit of the doubt. They wanted to get it right.
And just saying it on record that we are absolutely real. What we do is absolutely real, and we don't know how it works.
To be fair, what they do has not been able to been disclaimed on screen yet.
Experts on communicating with spirits, something that we are learning along the way. Also, we completely understand if you have a hard time believing in what we do, or you have a difference of opinion on what we do. It is really hard to understand something when you're seeing it from the outside looking in and you weren't really there in the room. It is something.
Okay, but it's not that. It's not that. I watched the video without knowing any of this evidence that was apparently filmed long before these two had met. I went into that video not questioning a single thing. This is coming from a guy who actually does try to debunk stuff. I wasn't questioning anything. I only started questioning stuff, and it wasn't the fact that, what was going on in the room.
Yeah.
I did mention some things like, maybe there's somebody in the basement, right? Like running in the basement, but I could not explain
then they
why
went
the
to the
knocks
next floor
were
and
coming all
there's
around
no
the
way.
building. And Sam and Colby, I trust them, so they were saying all the knocks. I believe them. But yeah, that had nothing to do
outside. There's definitely no way
with the video and the method. It was literally the evidence that came after is what started making me question. Cody has been staring at this camera the entire without almost taking his eyes off of it once.
You do have to see in person to truly understand what we are showing you. So when you are seeing it from the other side of a screen, just know we completely understand. And of course, you're going to have a difference of opinion if you are a bit skeptical.
I mean, there's enough evidence there, even from Sam and Colby, that we could hear it's moving.
Circulating the internet, such as we're popping our joints, comparing us to the Fox sisters of the spiritualist movement, even that we're building devices that make knocking sounds.
And we just want to say that these opinions are completely valid. It's okay to have these opinions.
Or have these theories.
We wish we could put everybody in the room with us to experience this phenomena for themselves and to kind of evaluate the environment themselves, but we are physically unable to fit millions of people into one room, but it is something we wish we could do for you.
But you could do this. You could get a room full of the skeptics, the people who are talking about you online, put them in the room with you and let them try everything out that they want to try out. That would be a way to prove them wrong.
See if there's any of them that actually have some people waiting to give them answers or questions.
In the world. Doesn't have to be millions of people.
Especially if you don't have any of their background
I'm already
information.
not liking this video, and I can. It's beginning to make me sick, and I feel like, and I hope they don't watch this and take any offense to it. There's a reason why it's making me feel a little bit ill. It's because it seems like they're coming up with excuses to not do what I was hoping they were gonna do, which is just show everybody that they aren't popping their joints. Please, we have like fucking few minutes left of this thing. Do something. You could prove to everybody right now that there's no question about what you do. You can't just look at the camera and say, we don't do that. But you have the right to think that, but we don't do that. Okay, but you could prove it.
There's
could.
Various ways.
He has not taken his eyes off me this entire time. I'm feeling a little bit anxious. Like, is he going to show up in the room behind me?
I will. And Colby's really Colby is really freaking him out. I keep saying Colby. No, not Colby. Cody. Cody's really kind of freaking him out. He has that lock-on stare right to the camera, just like, I'm not looking away, not come hell or high water. I apparently must pay very close attention to either the camera or the script right below it. And maybe my notes are right there. But yeah, I have to kind of agree with him a little bit on that one. There's definitely ways that they could prove themselves, especially to a lot of the more vocal naysayers. Like literally having them come in, sight unseen, names unnamed, and just meet them on the spot and being able to see if any of them actually have people that want to get a message across. which does seem to be a thing. If it is in fact true, that's the other question. Is if it's true, it should be very, very easy to prove themselves to at least a few people, I would think. But I guess we're going to have to continue on from there. Not much else to say there other than there is definitely ways they could prove it, I think. At least I feel there is. But anyways.
Because it is something you have to be there to see. Some people
to some degree,
are
yes.
incredibly quick to find something on the internet that labels us as fake and hold on to it. We understand that may be due to fear, due to just honest disagreement, not believing in what we are doing. Whatever the reason is, we want to provide more information and really directly address these rumors to give a better understanding. Now, to clarify the first one, we are definitely not popping any joints in our body to make knocking noises or cracking anything to make knocking noises. We can confirm that the sounds that you hear are actually moving around the entire environment.
Which we have heard, actually.
We do have people that have been in the room with us and have claimed to feel the same sound and sensation across the room while people near us have not felt it at all. And we've also had people in the environment claim to feel it on different floors of the entire building.
Okay, but you're telling me everything I already know. I'm not doubting the people who have told me this stuff, okay? I'm not doubting that people have said, because Jason Hawes has said it, Sam and Colby have said it, Exploring with Josh has said it, even knowing he's a little bit skeptical now. Okay, yes, you know people who have been in the room with you while the knocking is coming from everywhere.
Yes.
But just because you have that behind you, because they've said it, that doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
There's still some way it could have been faked somehow. We just don't know offhand how it's done.
Not apology. It's not even an apology video. It's just an explanation video. I'm everywhere.
And different walls and windows and all sorts of things. So it happens kind of everywhere. So hopefully that clarifies that a bit for you.
Now,
It doesn't. Please, I
it's
appreciate
not new
it,
information.
but,
I understand there's some people
you're just telling me
that may be
everything
going
I
on
already
about that,
know.
but that's not what
It had
we're
nothing
going
to
on
do
about.
with explaining
At least not this
anything.
particular part of the paranormal.
You're just telling
online.
people we're aware that you guys are not happy, and this is just going to happen with skeptics. And you're not saying it like that, but that's just how it comes off. You're just a skeptic, so you're not going to believe anyways.
we're
That's
definitely not
that.
building
Yeah, that's the
machines
most.
or devices that make knocking sounds. We definitely don't have time for that.
At least
First
the
of
way he put it, yeah, that's the most infuriating way that this could come off as. It's just like, please don't be that. Please don't be the. You're just gonna naysay, so forget it. Naysay away. That's not what we want. We want to believe. And there's some very, very simple ways that can help make us believe. Please. Please don't just this not an explanation video. This is just we're going to naysay the naysayers. Oh no. This does not make it look better. This does not make it look better. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see if they pull something else out yet. But yeah, that's not helping.
Not building
Please.
machines or devices that make knocking sounds. We definitely don't have time for that. First of all, and we're not.
Yes, we're aware.
Well, apparently you don't need time for it because there's already a video on the internet that shows the device that you can already get to make it where you can do that. Oh, please, no, don't do this to me. I've given, oh my God, please don't do this to me.
Take a
I gotta
deep
drink some
sip.
coffee.
Take a deep sip.
Okay,
take a
this
deep
is
breath.
not the video I
might
wanted
have
to
to go
see.
hit the wine bottle.
Houses with these machines or anything like that. Satori and I, we help people. That's what we do. We go to their homes, we go to their businesses, their environments, their locations, and we give them answers, maybe a little bit of closure or faith in the afterlife.
And a lot of the time we don't
You're a
even know
Catholic
who we're working
priest.
with or where we're going until we're there. So we're definitely not getting any prior information before we go into these locations. It's completely raw and it's completely natural. And on the Fox sisters, a lot of people
You
throughout
say.
paranormal history and even today try to communicate with spirit via the sound of knocking and rapping noises. There's literally equipment that is designed to take the vibration of knocking or banging and associate it with letters. So it's definitely not a unique form of communication that hasn't been done before. There are a lot of
At least you acknowledge that, I guess. That's good.
similarities and differences between us and the Fox sisters.
Is that the Fox sisters were fake? And
Ba,
that
ba,
you
ba,
guys
ba.
are completely innocent? I'm assuming
Lordy.
is what you're gonna say.
Ugh.
Do your research. You will find that by certain accounts, the Fox sisters wouldn't let people see under their long skirts at their feet, or in certain lighting, or from under tables. By certain accounts, there's also certain accounts that they would only do this for money. They would tell the future, things like that. So there are a lot of things that the Fox sisters did do that we cannot and will not do. So we highly recommend looking into them a bit further. Our entire
I feel like they're trying to just. This is not the response video you guys needed to make. I really feel like you're just getting upset. And I can't blame you for getting upset. I cannot blame you for getting upset.
Yeah, I
There's
can
just a lot of
understand with all the
skeptics and a lot
questions
of
that you might be
people
getting a little
who are comparing-
frustrated, etc.
The first thing
But
that Cody did in the full interview was bring up the Fox sisters. It wasn't everybody else who brought up the Fox sisters. It was literally Cody himself who brought up the Fox sisters. That's why it came into the conversation, was because he mentioned that the Fox sisters did a method very similar. And maybe you should have delved in upon that a little bit more during the video, and nobody would have been questioning as much. But you just compared yourselves, and people were already saying in the comments, they're not comparing themselves to the Fox sisters. The method's similar. They were, in a sense, comparing themselves. Maybe not fully, but they were, in a sense. Even now, they just kind of did a little bit, even though when they said there's a difference in certain ways. They were still comparing themselves to the Fox sisters, in a sense. Not, like, fully, but in a sense. This is not the response video. And then she's, like, giving smirks at the camera, saying, maybe you do your research a little bit better. I just feel like they're trying to come at the bunkers at this point. Look, they have decent evidence against you. Okay? Oh my God, I'm getting sick. I'm actually getting sick.
it's
I'm gonna
frustrating.
Go to work
It's
pissed
definitely
off now.
frustrating.
communication language
Not
is
really
completely
tackling
unoriginal.
the main
It's
points.
been evolved and gathered through knowledge of the spiritualist movement, through the use of Ouija boards, pendulums, dowsing rods. There's all different forms of communication that people use to try to spell out names, words, and make knocking
We are
noises
aware.
associated with communication to spirit.
Now, there are also some other opinions circulating the internet about myself. Some
Yep.
videos that have surfaced from around
Yes, sir.
2011, 2012 that show myself and the team that I was with communicating to spirit through knocking. Now, first of all, I think pretty much every paranormal investigator.
Oh yeah, this is something I've heard a lot too. Paranormal investigators been using the knocking method for years and years and years and years. And years. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But not a lot of the times does it work like that. Not like with the snap of a fingers. People were saying, Sam and Colby did it in the Queen Mary. Okay, but how many times does it happen to where the knocking was always consistent right after, right? That doesn't happen too often. Now people can make the argument that Cody himself has an energy, and maybe they were just, it was easy for him to get that. Maybe that's true. Maybe I'm looking far into that. I'm not a fan of how they're answering some of these questions, though.
No.
I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be fucking honest with you. I'm not a fan of it. I really ain't. Because right now it seems like to me, this feels scripted, first off. It feels like they, took a lot
It's
of time.
still
There's a lot of
yeah.
smiling at the camera and whatnot, and then kind of giving that little grin every time that's, like, do your research. If you do your research, like, grinning at the camera. It's like, okay, I get it. You're upset about all the heat. This is not going to look good on you guys. This is not going to look good. I already guarantee you I'm going to go through the comments section, and people are going to be like, why didn't you just fucking, try to prove anything instead talking to a camera and treating people like they're idiots?
Team out there.
Yeah, this is not helping. This is actually frustrating. It seems to be like it almost feels like there may be, at least on accident, weaseling around the main points of some of the questions people have. And yeah. Knocking. We know, but you seem to have an innate ability even back then to get things to pop a little more often than most people. Now, I'll also admit, from the more recent footage of Sam and Kobe and so forth, when Cody, not Kobe. I keep doing that. When Kobe holds hands or whatever with Satori, I will say that it does seem to be much stronger than the old school knocking from about 10 years ago. That being said, it's still weird, and you seem to kind of dismiss it. Just saying. You've been kind of in the center of this ability to supposedly make spirits knock a long time. it's gotten stronger. But who's also to say that maybe you didn't learn how to do it stronger? I mean, as a person who can make their toes do that, it's not like clicking method is the best thing. And by the way, if that does that long enough, I'm in quite a bit of pain, and I'll need to take some Advil tonight. That being also said, I have to say that some of my new job has been giving me enough exercise and other things going on. It's actually been slowly mending itself a little bit better these days. For a while there, for a couple months, it was kind of worrying, but it seems to be coming back around. Anyways, let's get this going. Hopefully they can reverse some of this. I don't know, but it seems like they kind of scripted a thing that's not gonna do them any favors here.
There, if they've been doing this for some time, it's had
My
some
eyes
sort
starting
of
to twitch.
communication
Shit.
through knocking. Like Satori mentioned, this is nothing new. Before I met Satori, I had participated on hundreds of investigations, and there were dozens of times that we got communication through knocking. We got a response. Now, there's also dozens and dozens of times that we asked for a knocking response, and we got nothing. It's just something common that paranormal teams ask for. Give me a knock if the answer is...
You know, it'd be great if you gave me evidence to that instead of just I have to take your word for it now. I'm not going to go through all the research of you.
Yeah,
You know,
we're not going to go.
knocks and getting knocks.
We're not going to go
just
through
gonna
the
sit
whole
down and do
library of
that.
your
It'd be hours
previous
of me
group
sitting
to
down
try and
doing
find
that.
out all the times that
But
it
you could have
didn't
given
work.
actually video evidence of that actually happening through investigations. I don't know because I haven't seen all your fucking shows.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't appreciate like I'm being talked to like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, well, if you knew this, that, and this, you wouldn't be questioning. Are you
still be
making
questioning.
Me, like, feel like, are you trying to treat me like an idiot right now? I was going into this video full-heartedly wanting to just hear what you guys had to say, but I feel like this entire time
They've been trying to weasel around it, and it's frustrating.
Very, very common. What we do know is that when Satori and I met, the communication, the connection that we learned that we had was something totally new. We cannot compare this to anything we have done in our past.
Well, that's, easy for you to say, but everybody who has seen your video, who has seen Sam and Colby's video in the ABCD method, automatically compared this little situation to... Okay, it's like one thing if it was like, yes, knock once for yes and twice for no, right? Or whatever. That would have been one thing. But you were doing the ABCD method.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and the knocks were answering you. That doesn't happen to all paranormal investigators.
Nope.
Okay.
I've seen very
Not
few
every
people that
paranormal
happens
investigator
for.
has done that, and 90% of the time, the ABCD method probably does not work for most paranormal investigators. So it's something specific with you, buddy, because I don't usually see paranormal investigators do that, and normally the ABCD method is normally done on Ouija boards, if anything.
It's just.
Yeah. He has a high record of getting any kind of knock responses back compared to most paranormals I've ever watched for doing ghost hunting, etc. So the fact that he's kind of playing it down and talking it back, it kind of feels disingenuous. Because we've seen it. We've seen it with our own eyes. You got more responses than most people get in their entire, years worth of videos. You got more than that in one video. And there's a possibility that it happened in more of them, but there's also a possibility that it didn't happen in some of them at all. It's still strange, and still seems a bit weird. But anyways, yeah, let's continue.
Blows our minds still to this day. We're still trying to wrap our minds around how this works, and I don't think we ever will.
Those videos may have been the start of something that evolved into what it is now, but not nearly to the level of what we do today. A lot of people think we were lying about our timeline. Everything we have said publicly is completely true. Our method of communication to our level never started until we met and decided to hold hands and communicate that way. A lot of people also believe that we're lying about our communication timeline and that all this started happening before Cody ever was sick with cancer. I just want to clarify that Cody was diagnosed with leukemia in 2011. He was battling it for multiple years until he had his bone marrow transplant in 2013. He didn't die the biggest time until 2014, but of course there were multiple times where he was touch and go. But we just want you to know that we are still learning these things ourselves. Maybe it was the start of something that became amplified when we had met. We're not sure. But to our knowledge, we have no connection between those videos and what we do now.
The interesting thing is, since Sam and Colby's videos have come out about the Conjuring House, we have received hundreds of emails from people around the world claiming that they have had communication through knocking as well, which we find really neat.
We may not be the only people that can do this, and maybe us coming out about this publicly is starting to get people to try this more and figure out that they can
Or
do some
getting
really
more
special
people
things as
convinced
well.
they could fake
We
it.
know what we do is real, and we know that thousands of people that we help know what we do is real as well. We just aren't in the business of doing experiment after experiment and becoming a lab rat for the purpose of trying.
That's what I was afraid of right there. Now they're being viewed as lab rats. No, it's a simple fucking request. So we don't feel like idiots, right? We're not going to be lab rats for you. It had nothing to do with being looked at as lab rats. It was trying to further proof of the paranormal. And yes. Don't blame us. Blame the fucking years of people faking shit for views on that.
To prove something to people that
But heaven forbid we question because of it.
We truly feel that there's nothing we can do without people coming up with some excuse as to why it may not be.
No, I would straight up believe you 100% if you actually did it without your socks and shoes on. I would go right back to believing you 100%. Without any question
Except that you're
whatsoever.
giving us this runaround.
Shorts, whatever. You show all your joints. Not the video. This is honestly not the video I wanted to see. I'm feeling sick. I know there's gonna be a lot of people in the comment section who are like,
because
you
it
should
does
just give
feel
them
like
the benefit of the doubt. I can't do that. Like, my mind cannot wrap my head around this fucking video right now because it's like this is not what I wanted to see.
We feel that we could put a spirit in front of some people, and they will still say that it's edited or something is being done to manipulate the situation, and that we're lying, and that's okay. And over time,
I don't think you think it is okay. I think you genuinely are pissed off. Because I could tell in the slight smirks I have gotten by you
and
towards
then
the
frustrated
camera.
undertones.
Cody's
I'm
just
getting
glaring at the camera. Like, I know he's not glaring, but he looks like he's just staring at the camera like
zoned
he's done
in.
with the shit.
Like
our page
hardcore.
may show more personal sides to our communication with the world, and may show you some things that you've really been wanting to see. So, since these debunkers have not seen what we do in person, it is impossible for them to truly know what's going on. Instead, what we recommend in the meantime is to do your own research. Talk to the people that we have done.
You need to be part of that research for that
doesn't
research to
help
happen.
Anybody. I could be sitting here watching investigations all fucking day. Hell, even Exploring with Josh came out, and he's just unsure. People saying he's a rat. No, leave him alone, dude.
Leave him the hell
fucking
alone.
doesn't
He
know,
didn't
like a
do
lot of
anything
people. All
wrong.
this
He's
evidence that
questioning it
came
like
out,
everybody
It
else.
doesn't answer anything. It does not answer anything.
Person, get their first-hand accounts, and kind of make an accumulation of evidence based off of what you are hearing all these people say.
In the end, tomorrow morning when Satori and I wake up, we're going to continue doing what we do. Help people with this gift that we have. Bring closure to them and maybe a little bit of faith in the afterlife.
So finally, thank you to everybody who took the time to listen to us in this video.
And thank you to those who support us.
How about those that you just further frustrated
shocked.
that used to believe
Okay,
you?
I'm gonna get a lot of hate. I don't care. I'm feeling literally ill right now just listening to that because they literally didn't answer a single thing. All I was told that was, "Oh no."
Wag of the finger. You should do
I
your
felt like they were
research.
talking to me as if I was an idiot for even questioning the things I've seen online. I hope Sam and Colby's video is... Yeah, they basically said everything I was hoping they weren't going to say. What's the point of showing you guys anyways? You guys are not going to believe anyways. Even knowing people have given them, even people, skeptics
More than
who
an
have been
olive
online
branch,
said,
they'll
said,
show
if
us
you could
the
just do
proof.
this, we believe you 100%.
Nah, we're not going to bother.
We wouldn't even question anything. But they're not even going to try to take those routes.
No.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I need your guys' comments down below. I went in there full on hoping that I was going to hear a fucking good explanation of what everything was, and maybe I was just overthinking things and whatnot. That did not help my mind at all.
Instead, I just heard a 12-gauge click and then blow off somebody's foot.
The entire fucking time.
Most likely
People
their
are
own.
probably in the comment section saying, you know, they were very sweet and very humble and very kind about it. Sure. Maybe their whole video was like them not being hostile against anybody. even knowing you could tell in the slight remarks, like the smirk at the camera and stuff, it just
The
felt
smirks,
very
and I could
uneasy.
feel it in their
Like,
undertones.
maybe do
I
your
could feel it
research.
real
I'm
hard
like,
that they're getting frustrated and
what are you
getting very
talking
salty
about?
about this.
People have been doing their research. I'm sick. I'm done, guys. I'm sorry. I just got to take some time to think about this.
Does he have an advert for himself on here? Right there. Oh, I think that's for his donators, etc. And for all the extended stuff there, if any of you are also interested in my stuff, check out my links down below. And also, I'll be linking this video directly in the links down below if you want to check out Jay's channel. Yeah, that's infuriating. I was also too hoping for more than this. This is like they were talking down to a bunch of 10-year-olds that just experienced the paranormal for the first time. This does not help. This is not answer any of the major burning questions. There's some very simple things that you guys could have done without even considering a lab. It's just without being inconsiderate and considering yourselves, air quotes, lab rats. Very quick things you could have done to prove in yourselves. Instead, you just decided to point fingers at the audience and shout at them. That does not do it for me, Chief. Matter of fact, I think my believability in them has just taken another rock sinker. Maybe they are planning another video that will help explain things and actually answer some of those questions that we have and maybe help them. But at this point, yeah, that did not help. That just sounds like every fake medium. This literally sounded like Miss Cleo just going, "Call me now for your free reading." Only they'd be more genuine about that free reading, but at the same time, I'm like, nah. You. There's some very easy things to do to help further the paranormal investigations of your abilities, but instead you just rather attack people who have questions and want to see possible answers. And then act like we're a bunch of idiots that don't know anything we're doing. And when you're part of that research, you just act like everything we should know about the research is beyond talking to you two and getting confirmation from you two. It feels like a cover-up or a lot of heavy avoiding, either way. And it does not bode well for me. The believability has taken another little rock sinker, so I don't know. I haven't completely believed in them because again, from what I've heard in those videos, you can definitely hear it moving and everything else. And there's nothing in there that should have been able to make those noises. But at the same time, if they're going to act like this, I have some severe questions. And then this does not help them, sadly. I still trust in a lot of the information that Sam and Colby found out themselves, but Cody and Satori are on my I don't know about that watch list, so we'll have to see on that. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about them at this point. And they've further pushed me onto that fence. In fact, I used to be on their side, and now they kind of pushed me up there. I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know, Chief. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that pans out. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, despite some of the obvious frustrations from both me and Jay. Again, check out Jay's channel down below if you're interested in some of his content. We do overlap a little bit, but not a ton. He also does a lot more live streams than I do. So if you want to catch him and talk to him about some of the stuff he's reacted to and some of the future stuff he reacts to, you can do that as well. So that's going to be it for now. Thank you all again for watching. Hope to see you all next time, and pleasant dreams.